I think divorce papers are on their way soon. Part 2. Once she was pregnant, the intimacy diminished. I looked for some help. Saw the intimacy-starved marriage on Amazon with some good reviews and bought it. Yeah. That wasn't received well. I was a horn dog, and, honestly I was and learned over the years to be far more respectful and better in my approach. But this is how we started off on the intimacy front. I was back into self-adult activity, another no-no in Mormonism. Depending on the couple/person, but it's a pretty standard expectation to have a 100% no self-adult activity goal in life. And the adult entertainment came with it, too. Now we're 13 years into the marriage. I just turned 36. She's a tad younger. There's been a lot of fighting, hurt, heartache, growth, regression, and everything else with intimacy. We've got 5 kids. About 6 or 7 years ago I surfaced from the years of secret adult entertainment and self-activity. She had no idea. A lot of my behavior made more sense to her after that, or at least upset her even more. I went to a church-sponsored 12-step program for a bit. Worked with my church leaders on and off. Tried several different therapists. Done group therapy. Attended a non-church supported anonymous 12-step program. Listened to podcasts. Joined Facebook groups. Read books. Done individual coursework. All of these focused on one or more topics of addiction, compulsive behavior, and/or healthy marital intimacy. But we still can't quite get on the same page and make it work. And it's me. I'm the wayward. There are multiple things. I guess it was a few years ago that I kind of just gave up hope of us having what I felt like was a healthy, compatible intimate relationship. We did the Mormon thing, having so many kids so fast. It took a toll. I now recognize how messed up that pressure and stuff is. It's meant to try to lock you into the religion and build it up or whatever. There might be some good goals from it, depending on your beliefs, but it's misguided, at best, emo. So I was the a-hole who couldn't quite put up with where we were in the relationship. And I gave up. She was hormonally out of balance. She was on antidepressants for anxiety issues. She was a stay-at-home mom raising our 5 young kids, well, still is. There was always a laundry list of reasons why intimacy maybe just wouldn't be what it could be in the situation, setting aside the prioritizing and developing that aspect of marriage/life seems like a worthwhile goal. But she did work on it. Our youngest is now 3. My wife got tested on hormone treatments. I pushed for her to keep on her doctors for help. Her periods were really messed up and she was basically spending a week or 2 at a time in bed and stuff. She weaned herself off of antidepressants. Not at all at my suggestion. But I'm glad it worked for her sake. She did reading and decided to focus on it a bit. But, with our history, I guess I just haven't been able to accept the progress. The hurt was baked in there for me. Things kind of jumped the shark for me when we attended my brother's wedding a couple years ago. At the reception the DJ was saying stuff like I bet all of you are gonna go home and get it on and stuff like that. Fun to see a non-Mormon culture for me there, but in my mind when I heard stuff like that, the thought was that's not my life, that's not my marriage. When we got back to our hotel, I thought well, duh, she's saying I need to do better at initiating. I'd like to have intimacy. I'm gonna initiate. So I got undressed and climbed in bed to surprise her when she came out of the bathroom from brushing her teeth. Then the thought came well, she said that I often initiate at bad times and set her up for failure and then get mad. It's late. It's been a long day. This seems like maybe a bad time and I'm gonna set her up for failure because she's gonna be too tired and either feel pressure to do it or feel bad about saying no. So I got out of bed and put my underwear back on. She came out while I was doing that. Wondered what I was doing. I explained. Turned into a fight. So I got in trouble for deciding not to initiate and trying to respect her needs. I've been in trouble for asking too directly, hey, would you want to have the dirty? That certainly doesn't put me in the mood. Initiating at the wrong time, initiating too weakly, oh, that was you initiating? Too frequently, not every cuddle has to turn into intimacy. Just because I touch you doesn't mean should have intimacy, or not frequently enough. I'm the only one who initiates. Doing the dirty basically turned into a minefield. After years of trying to avoid landmines and failing too frequently, I kind of gave up a lot of the hope there. And, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of that is maybe a little bit of dead bedroom stuff, not to that same extent. A lot of it has been from my immaturity around initiating an approach to intimacy. A lot is due to her feelings of betrayal from my adult entertainment use and hiding. And a lot was absolutely due to her perspective and approach. Even today she still doesn't get how I could still be affected by that stuff. I've grown a ton, you don't give me credit, I only have intimacy when I want.